Hello, I'm Amber Lane and I am in Group 7 with Samantha Chassler and Haley Dorsey. We are in the group that is against free-range pasture-raised food animals. I will be talking about the group background on this project. The actual definition of free range refers to food from animals that have access to outdoor spaces. It also refers to animals who have free access to graze or forage for food. In the pictures you see below is a cage-free picture and a pastured picture as well. As you can tell, that cage-free is a little bit more compact, and in the pastured picture, the chickens have a lot more space to roam around and have less coverage. Some history about this topic is that raising free-range animals was a common practice in the 1800s. This was a good way for all the animals to get all of the necessary nutrients and exercise in the day. The new idea of cage-free came from only after this discovery of vitamins like A and D in the 1920s that allowed farmers to practice this method safely. However, animal husbandry, which can be dated back to the Neolithical Revolution, refers to the branch of agriculture concerned with animals that are raised for meat, fiber, milk, eggs, and or other products. This includes day-to-day care, selective breeding, and the raising of livestock. So basically, husbandry is practically every product that is produced by animals and or livestock. So now I will be talking about this slide of cage-free versus free range. Cage-free refers to animals that are housed in a building, room, or enclosed area that allows for unlimited access to food, water, and provides the freedom to roam. Free range is basically the same definition, however, with the expectation that free range animals have access to the outdoor. This doesn't mean that the animal is able to roam completely free. And as for ethical aspects, I'll be talking about Proposition 2 from 2008 and the 28-hour law of 1873. Proposition 2, voters were asked to eliminate the practicing of confining chickens in battery cages. This proposition was passed with a 63.5% yes vote. Actually, a lawsuit was brought by J.S. West in 2010 in Fresno County because the proposition did not clearly state how much space was to be provided by the chickens. Now moving on to the 28-hour law of 1873. This provides information of feeding, watering, and resting transported livestock. So basically, it is the process of transporting animals across the country, and this law was actually amended in 1994, and so it deals with resting periods for livestock and the number of hours an animal can be transported. So depending on the size of the livestock, talking about sheep specifically, they need an 8-hour resting period between the time of transport for the ability to have water, feed, and a resting period.
Hi, I'm Samantha Chassler, and I'm going to continue the ethical aspects slide with the Animal Welfare Act of 1966, which was passed by Lyndon B. Johnson, and basically it regulates the treatment of animals in research, exhibition, transport, and by dealers. It describes the minimum standards for treatment of animals for human use. And Proposition 12 was passed in 2018, and it established minimum space requirements based on the size of an animal. Now, going into the cultural and sociological aspects, the United States lacks enough land for all animals to be free range. Free range animals also require more water and feed because of an increase in exercise. It also would be higher costs. The producers have to spend more time with the cattle getting them up to market weight. And it also requires detrimental to the environment. 1 kilogram of beef produces more greenhouse gases than 155 miles traveled by a car. And four-generation Oregon rancher Corey Carmen, he runs a 5,000-acre grass-fed beef cattle operation, stating that it is a key element of restoring the ecosystem. Carmen states agricultural livestock are this incredible tool in promoting soil health, she says. The longer you can manage cattle on pasture range, the more they can contribute to the ecosystem regeneration. According to the organization like the Savory Institute, returning cattle and other ruminants to the land for their entire lives can result in multiple benefits, including restoring soil, microbial diversity, and making the land more resilient to flooding and drought. It can boost the nutrient content and flavor of livestock and plants. And because grasses trap atmospheric carbon dioxide, the grass-fed system can also help fight climate change, but it does not require more land to produce the same amount of meat.
My name is Haley Dorsey. I will be covering the current events. First, I will be talking about Proposition 12. It has raised costs of dairy and poultry because of new facilities needed for animals due to new requirements. Next, the ban of caged-free eggs by Tesco was due to double standards. They will be banning non-cage-free eggs in both Asia and the UK, which already have cage-free eggs. Next, in 2025, Michigan calls for cage-free eggs. Michigan signed a law becoming the 5th largest egg-producing state, requiring farmers to make the switch to a cage-free production. Next, I will be covering the against slide. Grass-fed ground beef goes up to $8.99 a pound, while conventional ground beef is $4.99 to $6.99 a pound. Next, a license to be a certified organic farm is estimated to be $750 with a sliding scale. Finally, egg prices range from $3 to $6.99, and organic eggs are more expensive because of the feed that must be fed to the hens while they are being raised. In this photo on the left, you can see the pastured beef benefits. It includes less fat, higher levels of heart-healthy omega-3 fatty acids, higher levels of linoleic acid, which reduces heart disease and cancer risks. It also includes higher levels of vitamin E and other antioxidants. In the photo on the right, you can see pasture-raised cattle, and below that photo, you can see some steaks and organic ground beef on the right. In the photo on the left top corner, you can see free-range chickens who are pasture-raised. On the bottom left photo, you can see the free-ranged eggs. And in the middle photo, you can see the difference between a free-range egg yolk and a caged egg yolk. On the right, you can see a guide to buying eggs. It goes from best to worst, worst being at the top. Some of the categories are the label, living space, outdoor access, diet and feed, hormones and antibiotics, and lastly, nutritional value of eggs. For conventional, they are grouped in small cages with little room to move. They have no outdoor access, and their diet contains grain-based, fortified, basic needs met in the cheapest way possible. The hormones are a common practice, and their nutritional value of eggs is least nutritious. At the bottom, which is the best category, is pasture raised. For living spaces, they have natural fields or pasture, most space for natural behaviors. They live outside with access to the barn. Their diet consists of natural foraging. Feed varies from farm to farm. Hormones are less common and less necessary. They are the most nutritional value of eggs. Me and my group have put together our informed opinions. Based on our research or our topic, we found that raising grass-fed animals is more costly for not only producers but also consumers, which leads me to be against free-range food animals.
Hi, this is Sam Chasler again. So basically, obviously, if we lived in a perfect world, having all food animals free range would be great. But it's just not really realistic because we don't have enough land. It costs a lot more money, not just like in the grocery store aspect, but like it would cost farmers a lot more money. It would take a lot more like human power to do that. So it's just not a realistic thing. But obviously it's something that we all want. So yeah, I don't really think it's a realistic aspect of cattle and food animals.
Hi, this is Amber again, and I guess I'm more strongly passionate about this topic and being against this topic as well because I'm from producing side aspect of this side of the industry. Our family raises sheep, so I fully understand that having grain-fed or corn-fed beef products are the better way to go. And working throughout summer, I worked for a local butcher company and sold fresh produce to farmers markets all across California. And I was able to taste the products by taking meat home that we didn't sell that day and clearly understanding the taste difference and the marbling differences between grass-fed beef and corn-fed beef. Also understanding that and working for a local butcher company during the summer, I understood how expensive it is to be certified organic and how much money it costs to stay certified organic. Talking to the owners, it was very difficult to get certified for one. They did all of the criteria for being organic, so we were considered an organic company, but because of how much money it costs to have a certificate, they are not able to be certified organic as a producer. So basically, we are against this because it costs so much money to be organic and to actually produce food to the consumers. So if you see on our bottom slides, we have our references, and I hope you enjoyed our video and hope you are against the free range and pasture raised food animals.